contributions to kind of flipping the script of yesterday's game and win today?
I mean, no, it was a good game overall. Like JoJo came in and picked up Palante, and my job was to come in and pick up JoJo and hand the ball off to Riley. So, I mean, it's just kind of like next man up. You do your job, hand the ball off, and move on.
Is that kind of next man up feeling like a kind of palpable feeling of momentum in the bullpen for you guys? How would you describe it? Kind of.
Yeah, no, I think that's just like the overarching theme of just being in the bullpen. Like it might sound stupid, but like I'd rather give up one of mine than one of my boys' runs. And I think that's kind of like a common thought in the bullpen is like we know how fickle the bullpen is, and if you can pick up one of your boys, like that's huge, and obviously like in turn it's huge for the team and keeping us in a position to win a baseball game.
To see Riley, I mean, yesterday there was a lot of pitches and see him come in, working efficient and get that save. I mean, how big is it not just for him to kind of flip that script, but for you guys as a whole to kind of see him bounce back like that?
No, that's huge. It's like I really wanted him to get back out there because obviously when you're in the bullpen and you have like a rough game, like you don't want to sit on that for too long, and it's always good to get back out there and like kind of be thrown back in the fire. And I thought he threw the ball really good and was convicted in what he was doing and was able to like bounce back, and that's obviously huge for a guy that's establishing himself in the big leagues and trusting who he is as a pitcher and knowing that no matter what, he's still good enough, like even after a tough one, to like bounce back and be that guy. And I thought that was huge.
It's for you in your career, after you've had a tough one, when the phone rings and it's your name on it, how much did that like flip that switch? You're like, all right, let's go pitch.
No, it's great. Like in my head, like I don't like to sit on a tough one. Like I want to get back out there. Like just because the more you sit there and like stew on it, like you can kind of get deeper in your own head versus like kind of getting out of your own way and just letting like baseball happen, and you go out there and execute and just kind of move on from that. You like as a reliever, it's tough to flush things like that, especially whenever like it doesn't go your way, but you have to. That's just the nature of our job, and you just go out there and compete your ass off and go after it. And I thought he did a great job.
Ryne, from Sunday, Dobbins come out of the bullpen. It's only the third time in his life he's come out of the bullpen. First ever save. He said, "Man, I have a new appreciation for what you guys go through coming out." Bregman gets him right off the bat, but then he really settled in. How impressed were you with what he did there? He got 11 outs.
Yeah, no, that was absolutely enormous for us because we kind of stretched the bullpen a little bit. We were running things down pretty hard, which is kind of how it goes sometimes. So that just is what it is. And him to step up and kind of cover us for a full day was huge. It gave us a little bit of a blow and allowed us to be a little bit more aggressive the next 2 days to where you're not kind of in a pinch where you're forcing guys in or forcing guys to like go 3 in a row or 3 of 4. You're not overloading everybody at the same time. That was a really, really big day to reset the pen, but it was also a huge day for him to kind of like learn how to do this, how to like be a part of the bullpen. Like obviously it's a different story because he's stretched out to be a starter and that's kind of like his thing, but being in the bullpen I think is super valuable for a lot of young guys because it does give you an appreciation of the life of the pen, because it's not the same. You're not out there just like super structured where you can, okay, this day I lift, this day I throw a pin, this day I do this. Like you kind of have to figure out how to flow through your week a little bit differently. And I think it's a great experience for him, and I was really happy that like he was able to do that for himself and for the boys.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you.
Thanks, Ryne.
Thank you.